Okay, in this video we are going to discuss for loop, another kind of loop. In the previous video we saw while loop. Although almost all of the stuff can be achievable through while loop, but sometimes it becomes handy to apply for loop. In this particular example, I'm going to populate a list. So before actually moving towards for loop, let's see very shortly what a list is. Although we are going to explore this list in much more detail when we will discuss the data structures module, but just for the sake of example, a list is a collection of different kind of elements. For example, 2, 3, 4, that's a list of 3 elements. So 2, 3, and 4. The list can contain different type values, for example 2, 3.4, and stuff like so. We can access different elements. For example, L of 0 means the very first element. The indexing, this is called the index. The index starts from 0, then index 1 is. So if we print, for example, print L of 0, the result that will be printed will be 2. Similarly, we can append more values inside a list. Append, let's say 53, and the list, after this append operation, the list will be having these values 2, 3, 4, 53. We can remove, delete, update, and do a lot of stuff. We will see lists in detail, but just for this example, just think that list is a collection of a lot of elements, and we can insert more elements, we can delete elements, we can change elements, and so on. Or we can just initialize the list with just an empty list and start inserting elements one by one and expanding that list. Okay, now this is an empty list, for example, and for I is just a variable. For I in this range is an iterator. Range 10 means sequentially give a number one by one, starting from 0. Start from 0, give numbers one by one. For example, first time give 0, I will contain 0. Second time give 1, third time give 2, and so on. After every iteration, the range will give another number as long as the numbers, they are smaller than 10. So the last number that this range will return will be 9. So whatever this is written inside is not included, and it starts from 0. So as long as I is in this range, I is lower than 10, as long as that's the body of the loop, just like the body of the while loop. So first time I will be 0, and 0 is smaller than 10. Okay, you print I plus 1 and append the square of that in a list. Then next time this range will automatically return the next number into I. Now next time I will contain a 1. Next time I will contain 2. Next time I will contain 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Once the value of I becomes 9, that's the last iteration of this body of the loop, and after that the loop finishes. So let's just try run this. Very first time I will be 0. When the loop enters its body very first time, I will be 0 and 1 will be printed because we are printing I plus 1. At that time, the list and the empty list will be having one number, which is 0 square. So list will be having just one number, 0, because 0 square is 0. Next time I will be 1 and we will print 2, and the list will contain 1 square, which is 1. Next time I will be 3, I will be 2, we will print 3, and we will be having a square of 2, which is 4, and so on till 10 here. When the I will be 9, we will print 10, and in this list we will be having 9 square, which is 81, I guess. And after that the loop finishes and we will be out of this loop. Okay, let's see this. Let's see example of this in Jupyter, just to get more comfortable with the list as well as the for loop. So let's see. Let's say we have an empty list. Let's say an empty list. Just consider a list like this. L is just a variable. You can write another variable name. That's a variable name L. Okay. So for I in range, in is a keyword, range is a function, in is a keyword, I in range, for example, let's say 10, what you do is you print I plus 1 or whatever you want to do. That's the body of the loop. And L dot append, that's a function of the list. We will see that in detail in the data structure sessions. Okay, and that's it. The loop finishes. When you finish the loop, just print the whole list. So let's say print the list, and you can see the result 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and that's these are the values in the list. As I mentioned earlier, all these are the values. By the way, this range function actually, what if we want I to jump more than just 1? For example, we want I to start from 0, it reaches 10, and let's say we want the jumps to be taken as 2 rather than 1 and 1. So the very first time, so that's the start location, that's the end location, which is not included. Start location is included, end location is not included, and that's the step size. So very first time I will be 1, you move inside, then a jump of 2 will be taken. The next time I will be so very first time the I will be 0, then you move inside, then the jump of 2, then you move inside, then a jump of 2, then you move inside. As long as you stay smaller than 10, you will move inside the loop, body of the loop. So let's see what now printed. Let's print just I rather than I plus 1. Oh, there's an error. What's the error? 0. Oh, the range function does not have colons. It has actually commas. Sorry, my mistake. I was just a MATLAB user once, so MATLAB actually has these colon things. So I was just confusing MATLAB notation with this. Okay, great. So so first time I was 0. Next time a jump of 2, I becomes 2. Next time a jump of 2, I becomes 4. Then I becomes 6. Then I becomes 8. And next time I becomes 10, but 10 is not included, so you're out of the loop. And that's the squares that you got. It is not necessary that you always start from 0. You can start from 1, and you can take a jump, for example, a jump of 3, and it's not necessary that you just reach 10. You can reach, for example, 20. It's up to you. It's completely your choice. And in that case, you have this kind of iterations. So this range function really is helpful for iterating over a loop body or a structure. Okay, great. So that was introduction of for loop, and we have iterated here on a list. We just have actually populated a list using for loop. Okay, in the next video we will see more details of this for loop and more fun stuff. Okay, hope to see you in the next video.